Good morning.
Have a seat.
Thank you.
Wait a minute. Hold still. Well, a preliminary scan of your bone structure has indicated to me that you're none other than David Frost.
I think that could well be true, and a preliminary scan of your vehicular structure here suggests to me that you are Kit.
Very well put. Excuse me, Mr. Frost.
Yes?
My scanner indicates to me that we are now on the air.
Oh, thanks for the tip, Kit. Hello, good evening, and welcome to the quarterfinals of Ultra Quiz 84, as Ultra Quiz comes here to Universal Studios and goes to the movies. It's quarterfinals time today here on Ultra Quiz in Hollywood, with just 7 contestants left, each of them vying for that award-winning part. The award, £10,000 in cash. That final act is just 2 weeks away. We're spending the next half hour here in the Dream Factory, because Universal Studios is the world's busiest film and television production complex. This is where you get a close-up of Hollywood behind and in front of the scenes. Movies like the airport movies, the Smokey and the Bandit movies, Conan movies, all made here. As well as Knight Rider, this is also the home of the Incredible Hulk, of Kojak, and also of the spectacular A-Team. So stand by now for a taste of all that Hollywood hustle and bustle, with 30 minutes of stunning stunts, of Wild West action, of spectacle, and questions, quizzes and queries aplenty, as our 7 competitors strive to be the 5 who survive, to go on to Hawaii when they'll be just 1 step away from the grand final and the biggest prize in British television. So with the temperature, it's 106 degrees at the moment, rising almost as fast as the pulse rate of our competitors, it's time to say, lights, camera, action.
Oh, sorry. Oh, that's very nice, isn't it? Wanted. Saloon. I wonder if they do a decent cup of tea. Sorry. On your bike, pilgrim. On with the quiz.
Magnificent stuff there, Willie. Well, in the old Wild West, they used to shoot first and ask questions afterwards. We're going to do it the other way around. We're going to ask the questions, then get our competitors to bang a gun, shoot off a gun. The first person to do it gets the first chance to answer the question. But if they then get the question wrong, they lose a point. If they get it right, they win a point. And so, first shootout, please.
Angela and Hattie, you know how these things work, don't you? You're first on, you cock it all the way back, and then you just...
Ah!
Sorry! You're first on. Good luck.
Good luck, Hattie and Angela. Here comes the question. Remember, you can bang the gun as soon as you think you know the answer. If that's before the end of the question, that's still okay. Who was the lawman who hunted down Billy the Kid? So that was a dead heat there, then. The answer was Pat Garrett. I don't know whether you're going to get it right, but since you were level, we've got to give you another question. Which famous gun lady of the Old West has been portrayed on the movie screen by, among others, Jean Arthur in... Angela, you were just first. What's the answer?
Annie Oakley.
Annie Oakley, I'm afraid, is wrong. And so I'm afraid Angela loses 1 point. The answer was Calamity Jane. That was a calamity, Angela.
High noon, precisely. Linda, Bruce, you're on. Good luck.
Bruce, Linda, in which western town did the gunfight at the OK Corral take place? Dodge City, good try. Afraid it was Tombstone, Arizona. Tombstone, Arizona. Bruce, -1. Linda still 0.
Lisa and Valerie, mosey on down to the whatnot.
What was the name of the communication system that linked St. Joseph, Missouri with Placerville, California? That linked the Old West. The Pony Express is correct. 1 point for Lisa, 0 still for Valerie.
Angela Brown, into the firing line.
Angela's back now, this time pitted in a shootout with Brian. And here's the question. Who played Frenchie in the 1939 version of the movie Destry Rides Again? It's very peaceful here at the Old Corral. No points each. The answer, Marlene Dietrich.
Dying for a whittle. Oh, Bruce and Henry. You're on.
Which famous lawman was shot in the back while playing cards in Deadwood, South Dakota? Very close there, but it was just Bruce.
Wild Bill Hiccup.
Wild Bill it is indeed. 1 point to Bruce, 0 point to Hattie.
Just trying the John Wayne walk and failing miserably. Valerie and Linda, you're on now. You wouldn't. Be brave.
Right, Linda and Valerie are our lady crackshots now, so who was the lady crackshot in Buffalo Bill's Wild West show? Linda, just the first. Annie Oakley is correct. 1 point more there for Linda, none for Valerie. And so as the tension mounts, the last shootout is about to take place. Lisa versus Brian. And the question is, what was the name of the Western in which Brigitte Bardot starred with Sean Connery in 1968? And Brian has fired. Shalako, 1 point to Brian. And that means that Brian has 1 point now at the end of the shootout. So does Lisa, so does Linda. Angela's -1 as we go from Wild West territory to 18 territory. Okay, gang, the coast is clear. They're coming out now to take part in the next part of the quiz here. This is part 2 of part 1 of the show. Odd man out now. Will you mark on your clipboards there, A, B, or C? Which is the odd one out? Number 1, George Peppard is the principal star of the A-Team. Among his many movies, 2 are given here. The other is an odd one out. Which is it? A, Breakfast at Tiffany's. B, The Blue Max. C, The Longest Day. And the answer is The Longest Day. Everyone else was in The Longest Day, but George Peppard just happened not to be around that day. One of the following actors was not in the cast of The Great Escape. A, Gordon Jackson. B, William Holden. C, Charles Bronson. Who wasn't in The Great Escape? The answer this time is B, William Holden. He tunneled out of the audition. Ronald Reagan appeared in only 2 of these movies. A, Desperate Journey. B, Hellcats of the Navy. C, 12 O'Clock High. That's a special one for those of you who are Ronald Reagan buffs. C, 12 O'Clock High. A number of novels by Frederick Forsyth have been turned into movies, but one of these is an odd one out and is not based on one of his books. A, The Odessa File, B, The Eagle Has Landed, C, The Dogs of War, which was not by Frederick Forsyth. And the answer was B, The Eagle Has Landed, was written by Jack Higgins. And now our invigilators will collect up your excellent entries there. The paper actually was white when we started, but it's very hot out here.
Oh, exhausting work. Hot from Mr. Invigilator.
Thank you, senor. Thank you, senor. Well, here they are, and the results show that, in fact, top in this particular part of our program was Linda and Lisa. Valerie was in dire danger with 2. But your danger was saved because, alas, Angela got 2-2, but she has -1 from the game before. And so Angela, who's topped the poll in so many of our games, movies prove very difficult for you.
Yes, not my thing at all.
You don't go to the movies that often?
No.
Well, you'll have a bit more time, unfortunately, now to go to the movies. You're going back to Stanek, aren't you? Back to Stanek in Northants. Will you give my love to Stanek in Northants?
Yes, I certainly will.
And you're looking for a new job at the moment, aren't you? So we wish you well with that as well.
Thank you very much. I'd just like to say it's been really great.
Have you really enjoyed it?
Fantastic, yeah.
Well, we've enjoyed having you, and we shall miss you very much. In fact, we've planned a special treat for you on the way to the airport, Angela. We thought you should go to the airport in style. So we've got rather unusual style and a rather unusual driver as well. So Willie will tell you all about it.
Here comes our transport. Yes, sir. There you are. Have a nice trip. He's doing all right. Saves eyes with him.
Welcome back to part 2 of Ultra Quiz 1984 here at Universal Studios, with just 6 competitors left at this stage, 5 of whom will be coming with us to the semi-finals next week in Hawaii. But which 5? From the north, will it be Linda and Brian? Will they both be here? From the Midlands, Hattie and Lisa. From the south, Valerie and Bruce. Well, let's find out. A 2-part quiz to decide who goes to Hawaii. Come and join us. All of these questions now are about disaster movies, because so many disaster movies were made here at Universal. They're all about disaster movies of one sort or another. Number 1, which American city is reduced to rubble in the movie Earthquake? Which American city is reduced to rubble in the movie Earthquake? The answer, Los Angeles. Los Angeles. The movie itself was not particularly earth-shaking. The Parting of the Red Sea was one of the great spectacles of Cecil B. DeMille's 1956 movie, The Ten Commandments. Who directed the 1923 version of the film? Cecil B. DeMille also. There have been many films made about the Titanic. The latest was Raise the Titanic, which was a disaster in more ways than one. And Lou Grade himself said, raise the Titanic, it would have been cheaper to lower the Atlantic. But what year did the Titanic disaster actually take place? The year of the Titanic disaster was 1912. Now, the last question in this section. Who actually detonates the bridge at the end of the movie, The Bridge on the River Kwai? Not the actor, but the name of his character. The actor was, of course, Alec Guinness, but the name of the character was Colonel Nicholson. Colonel Nicholson. And that concludes the first part of the second part of this program. What's this?
Run for your lives, there's a flash dance coming.
No? Let's go. Right.
Nice day for it, Frank. Any luck? Huh? Think you caught something? Or vice versa? I haven't caught a thing myself all day.
Well, at the end of the first part of this quiz that finally decides who goes to Hawaii, Brian's in the lead with 4, and the 3 in the most danger at the moment are Valerie and Lisa and Bruce, who are all on 1 at the moment. But here we go. This is the second part of the Who Goes to Hawaii movie quiz. Who wrote the novel? Jaws. All turned over. Peter Benchley. Peter Benchley wrote the novel that created the place that we're all in right now. Who played Sam, the character who sang As Time Goes By in Casablanca? Come on, Bruce, you must remember this. Dooley Wilson. Dooley Wilson. We will carry on as it sounds as though the shark may be back, but we'll carry on. Whose sister starred in Sweet Charity and Terms of Endearment? Not who was it, but whose sister? Well, since the star was Shirley MacLaine, Warren Beatty's sister. Which famous lawman lived just outside Gotham City? Which famous team of lawmen lived just outside Gotham City? And the answer is the little and large of law enforcement, Batman and Robin, who actually had a very suspicious relationship. Next, what is the significance of the title of the movie Fahrenheit 451, which depicts a society in which literature is banned? The answer is because paper ignites at that temperature, which I think gets a bit hotter will mean that my clipboard will go up in flames as well. Which composer was portrayed by Richard Chamberlain in the 1970 movie The Music Lovers? Which composer was portrayed by Richard Chamberlain in the 1970 movie The Music Lovers? Tchaikovsky. Final question. Who wrote the script and who wrote the music in the movie In Which We Serve? Who wrote the script and who wrote the music of the movie In Which We Serve? The answer to that, Noel Coward did both. And so, invigilators please, as we tot up the numbers. Well, the 6 directors' chairs, as you can see now, are down to 2. And that's because Bruce and Brian and Hattie and Linda are all through to Hawaii. But here we have Lisa and Valerie, because Lisa and Valerie are absolutely a dead tie. So we have to have a tiebreaker to decide who goes to Hawaii. Let me just remind you of the rules here with the tiebreaker. I'm going to ask a question, and if you just put your hand up when you want to answer, the first person to put their hand up gets the first chance to answer it. If you get it right, you're through to Hawaii. If you get it wrong, the other person is through to Hawaii. That's the situation, all right? Good luck. We all want you both to win. So, right, here goes. What was the Christian name of the character played by Ryan O'Neill in Love Story? No thought, either of you, on that? Right, the answer is Oliver. Oliver. On to the next tie-break question. Who played Bonnie Parker in the 1967 movie Bonnie and Clyde? No immediate answer to that? Faye Dunaway was the answer to that. Who wrote the book on which the 1965 movie Born Free was based? I think just first was Lisa. Yes, Lisa.
Joy Adamson.
Joy Adamson is correct. Oh, Valerie, you've been great. Thank you very much indeed.
Absolutely marvellous.
Have you enjoyed it?
Absolutely wonderful. Unforgettable. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you for the congratulations there. We're going to miss you very much indeed, you know that. And you were about a split second behind Lisa there. It was so close. Well, Lisa's going to join the winners on the way to Hawaii, but there's good news for you, Valerie. You knew there'd be good... Yeah. The good news is that you don't have to go back today, but tonight we've arranged special accommodation for you.
Actually, Valerie, it's not as sad as it might be, because you had mixed feelings about the Hawaii, didn't you?
I did really. I think it would be very hot out there. I don't think the heat suits me very
Well, all is well, because you have a room for you now for the night with a shower.
How lovely.
You remember Psycho?
Yes.
Well, so that you're not alone and terrified, we have a friend for you to shower with. Good luck.
Thank you.
Bye. Chacun a son goût.
And now, while Valerie is led up the garden path, it's screen test time for our victorious five. See you next week in Hawaii for the semi-final of Ultra Quiz 84.